It's Curly, and as has been tradition throughout this channel, with the release of every festival collection booster that's come out for the standard version of Vanguard, we're going to take a look at every set that has been released in the game's lifecycle since the start and try to judge whether the set has been super impactful for the game or really hasn't done much for it at all. But today I'm joined by a special guest in Outer Orange. How are you doing today?
Hi! It is weird to see this tier list and you and us in the same room, but I'm doing well. Just to answer your question, I'm doing well.
Weirder things have happened, I'm sure.
Can't yoink your twist now.
Oh no. I mean, you could yoink this video, but I don't know how that's going to work out for you, so you're going to have to get
yoinked it by taking this, and then I put someone else on my video and go
yeah. On top of my face? Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to, together, take a look at all of these sets and just rank them how we see fit. Alright, so let's go ahead and start at the very start of the inception of Overdress with the start decks. So this specifically is going to be the first 5 start decks, the one for Nirvana, Bruce, Bastion, Magnolia, and Prison, that basically just had their units, a couple of supporting units and triggers, and that was about it. How impactful are we thinking this one was?
Probably say super impactful because that's what people were using to understand the game. We actually see these boss cards over and over again, so there's, it makes sense to me for it to be a good beginner set and a good impactful one too.
Unfortunately, I think it's one of the best deck products to the date that we have for standard.
It was cheap too.
Yeah, it's the cheapest deck product we've had as well. So then after that, we had the actual genesis of Overdress with Genesis of the 5 Greats. This was the very first Overdress set that, of course, gave us the Overtrigger. It gave us the new PGs that are units that are based on the number of cards in hand. This is the start of Zorga, Hexorb, Orphis, Baromagus as decks that were available, as well as providing support for the existing start decks that we just went over. What do we think about this one?
It sucks that Baromagus in it.
Alright. I will argue that it was the best because it has Baromagus in it.
Can we make its own tier because Baromagus in it has like its own
You do know
tier.
Zorga's in this, right?
Yeah, that's the only reason we have to keep it up there. No, I'm just messing. No, it's a good set. Honestly, with it having the new perfect guards, which everyone needed. Actually, this set became so impactful that it got overpriced. That's how much this product got bought, and everyone needed everything from it. The triggers, the PGs, the boss cards. Like, this was a very, in a way, inflated set. I remember when I was opening for it, like a week or two passed, and the prices just went like... And I was like...
Then, next up, we have ourselves the Festival Collection 2021. I actually recently did an opening for this on the channel. And... yeah, this Festival Collection was very interesting because, especially compared to the ones we have today, the one that's coming out this week, where it is just like the hottest product that's ever been printed and it just flies off the shelves and it has all these crazy impactful cards. This set really had 3 cards that, or like 5 cards that were new to the game, but I don't think even at the time they saw any play, and it was mainly full of super high rarity of cards that were in the trial deck. So any of the common cards were triple rare, and also super shiny SP versions, frameless, beautiful cards of the trial deck ride line, and also their triggers.
The one thing they did right with the set was that they introduced the full arts for the triggers and the ride line, and that is something we have yet to see basically since then. Except for Lyrical Set 1, because they had the LSPs or LSRs, whatever they're called, with the full art. And those also came with the full art triggers. But those are the only 2 times we've seen that happen, and I'm not gonna lie, I really missed that because Vanguard art is so beautiful. And like I said, that's the only thing the set did right. I will say the other stuff about it was a little lackluster. It was exciting because, like, oh, I have my trial deck and I can upgrade it, and then I could upgrade my ride line. It was cool and all, but they needed to put, like, I guess more stuff in it to keep it actually worth buying. Because I'm not gonna lie, I have yet to open a single pack from this set for the very reason of why would I? Like, I have no reason to, aside from wanting to open an SP, but I could just literally go online and just get a single instead, and that's in this situation. It would be cheaper to do that by like a long run.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I do remember trying to get this set, specifically trying to get, I think maybe the best out of the new cards here, which was the Kusi, the Circaia grade 1, that's like 15k.
I forgot about that card. The card became so irrelevant after set 3.
Yep. But you know, when this came out, it was like
that
playable.
is one of the cards, yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, not a good set. Would you be interested if maybe if Bushiroad, in their infinite wisdom, in maybe the future or their closer future, they release a set that's similar to this, that's just full of like rarity bumps for a bunch of cards and SPs, but it has like no new cards?
I think if they did what they did just now in Shadowverse, where they have a whole set dedicated to completely different alt arts of the same cards that have been already out, that would be cool. So like a Nirvana, but just completely changed. Like it's like a winter edition instead of like a fire edition, but it's still Nirvana.
Right.
Or like, you know, just stuff like that, something unique, because like Shadowverse just did something like this, and it was actually really like hype, because like they're the same exact units, they're reprints, they're full arts, they're SPs, they're pretty, whatever, but they're literally but they're just reprints, but they're so exciting because it's a completely new art of all of them. I think something like that would be cool. And I think, yeah, like that would be a really cool way. But the issue, like I said, if they do something like as if it's for like this set, like for example, if the cards are for like these, I personally might not be as interested, but I think for nostalgic purposes, other people would be like a lot. Like imagine like a Baron Magnus, but he's in like a swimsuit. Like think about it. You know, he's got his trunks on, he's about to go swimming. It would be really cool. Or like they do the same thing with Haxorb, or Zorga, or Nirvana, but they put Nirvana with like cute little animals and all that stuff because it's a bird, obviously. You know, just stuff like that. I think that would be a really cool. It doesn't have to be swimsuit edition. It could be a winter style. It could be like some kind of specific thing where it's like a certain like holiday or something. I think something like that would be cool, because then people can have the nostalgia of having their favorite unit from the beginning of D, and they could also have a reprint on top of that in a sense. But I think personally it might be a little bit better for like maybe Divine. Like they do a reprint of Divine, like the Divine cards, but they do them with all the special alt arts, and they all have completely different looks and everything. I think that would be a better thing to do, and maybe this could be like a 10-year anniversary thing that they could do.
Jumping off this, I believe it was the same exact day we got Lyrical 1.
I think it was a week apart.
It was a week apart? Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. It was like that dropped, and the next week the LBTO1 dropped.
Okay, yeah, that probably makes sense. But this is apparently the set that I apparently get flack for saying that it wasn't impactful for.
It has a cat in it. It has the PGs and triggers. It's the same argument as BTO1.
So this set, I will say, it is actually impactful, because this set, I'm pretty sure specifically this set that caused, or at least it's led to the discussion of the 8 max. No, the 8 max triggers rule that we have now, because when this released in Japan, everyone's playing like 16 crits because they had access to 16 crits in those decks. Yeah, and then you can do that in the cat as well. And then right before this set came out, they decided to update the rule. Like, no, you just can't do that. That ain't right.
Yeah, because these people started thinking about Zorga too, and then Bruce was like a conversation. It kind of like started with like Ballista and Loneral, and like that's like, and then like you were saying, like every deck was playing basically 12 to 16 gear triggers. It started getting real bad. So they, especially since the Loneral had the guard restricts, so you just check 2 crits and you're dead, and it just increased the chance of that happening. So they definitely have to cut back, which is kind of funny. We still to this day have yet to go back. I don't think we're going to go back, but it is interesting that since then we've been honestly, I don't even miss it. I know that sounds weird, but I'm actually very okay with there being just 8 crits. Like crits are very game swaying, you know, so I think it's good to keep them at 8.
So another thing about this set, which is why I usually give it flack for, is that this set sold like horribly in the market, and even to this day it is the cheapest Vanguard set you can find, typically for like $16. And I believe what happened was that there was a lot of hype around this set, I guess because Bermuda sets did really well in either V or P or whatever. So I think sellers bought a lot of this, and then it turned out that, you know, people were just buying singles or something of that case, or there was just so much product. Because I remember being able to get like Lorneral and everyone else for like cents. Like,
so to be honest with you, the lyrical never sells well. The only reason like now that we have some of the future deck sets that are more expensive is because of shortage. Actually, it's the other way around. It's a shortage problem. So this one might have had less of a shortage problem, and that's why it's doing better. But actually, after this set, I think buyers got more scared to buy two into this product, so they started buying less and went to like a shortage issue. But actually, quite the opposite. Like in V, these did not sell very well.
Okay.
And the only reason they even did decently is because they were meta-defining sets. Like,
Right.
that was the only reason that people even bought it. If they weren't meta-defining sets, people would not be even touching them.
That's kind of the unfortunate part, because I feel like we had a really good high, starting with the start decks, and you know, set one, even though it was like, what the hell, the third reboot, but you know, it was fine. And then unfortunately, we got this kind of stinker of a set, and then this kind of stinker of a set. So I kind of started putting Vanguard in not the greatest start. Then next up, sometime before set 4, we actually got ourselves the Bob Sakura start deck, which was super strange because it is basically the same as these start decks, but just completely separate, which makes sense from like an anime standpoint. But do you think we needed it? Hello. How's everyone doing today on this Tuesday? This lever dress Tuesday. Where we finally know what weird Bugman does. See, everyone's playing Magnolia stuff in it, which is interesting, but I haven't really thought about it too much. But what's the name of the video that was in the preview? It is not out yet. It is a video that will be out tomorrow. So that was a sneak preview. It should be out tomorrow on my channel. It's good. Everything's alright. It is dumb hot. I don't know what part of the world you guys are in, but where I am, it is dumb hot. So today's gonna be I'm gonna be struggling. I'll tell you that much. Let me move the camera a bit. Dumb hot. Yeah, for once I actually used the stream preview for what it's intended for, which is actually have a video that's upcoming. But getting cooked in 5K where I'm at right now. Yeah, same here. Especially because I am streaming now, so I close my door because I don't want to be rude to everyone else in the house. That means I would literally suffocate myself. I'll see how long I can last. My hair is a mess. I'm a mess. Hope you guys are doing a lot better than I am. I'm fine. I'm just visually a mess. Stupid arms keeps doing whatever it wants. But hey, everyone, welcome to the stream. It is Tuesday. We have quite a couple of things to go over. Maybe not that. Well, quite a couple of things. So you guys already mentioned it in the chat. So we got Lever Dress, first destined unit that we saw in the anime and was revealed earlier today. So we'll go over that. We have some anime spoilers. We'll talk about that. We have some results from Japan. And then we have the English conference that happened Thursday night, Friday morning, for me at least. That I actually did stream, but we'll go over all the stuff that was there again. Conditions are trouble listening to the stream. Okay, but I appreciate that. Hope your day gets a little bit better. It's not as tiring. Question: but what's the difference between Animation Mobile and Monster? They have the same skills and description. They're both the same card. Yeah, it's just Mine got eroded. It's supposed to be Monster, but they originally printed it as Mutant. So there's a bunch of cards that are printed that way, so you can use it with Arkwright, Eva, technically, but yeah, there's a bunch of, it's like an archetype now of mons that you can use with certain decks. It jams up a bit. I feel like we've been listening to this one for the last couple of streams. Let's go ahead and go back to an oldie but a goodie here. So yeah, I haven't really given Lever Dress a bunch of thought. I see a bunch of you have. I've been kind of too fixated on the divine skill being a little mediocre for my taste. But my overall impression for the deck is that it is solid in terms of the mechanic. I like the markers because it has a lot of room for what they can do in the future. But Magnolia 1.7, I don't know. I don't know if I would even call it that. Like, I guess it does attack from the back row, but like I don't know. It's so much more than that. To be honest, right? We'll see. Locals and regional equipment, that makes me want to compete more. Oh man, I wish you could send me that video. I think you're in the Discord, right? Can you send me that video? Because I've actually been meaning to make a similar type of video, so I would like to see what they went over, see if I can add anything, if you don't mind. Aggro Rich. I wish the divine skill was flashier, but the deck is nice. Yeah, divine skill is just like not a divine skill. That's my issue with it. Like, it's barely set up. It's barely anything that warrants it being once per game, sorry. But, you know, it is what it is. Stack 10k markers on your side. What a cool, unique gimmick. Well, you actually can't stack the markers. So you can stack the markers, but they don't do anything. How much you get out of the divine skill? You just get a marker, and you just get an extra set of markers, which really technically only one of them matters, but there is like the whole column thing, and you get 10k in a crit for the turn. You can only do that once per game. Like, I don't. That seems kind of lame. That should have just been like its main skill, right? But in any case, we'll jump into it. What would you have done for the divine skill? So 6 years ago, I feel like it is a nice balance given it's not breaking the deck IMO. Maybe they could have given a Graham Grace-esque effect where Persona Ride activates the back row. Maybe. I mean, if it was a divine skill that lets everyone attack from the back row, would be a lot more like something, but I don't know. I don't know why you want to use this skill ASAP. Yeah, you would just use it's like basic. It's similar to Wellster's skill. You just use it immediately, but it's locked to you going second. So some different fight. Oh, I might have already seen it, but I'll check it out then. Yeah, 5 years ago. I don't know if I was watching different fight videos 5 years ago, but alright. Let's check it out. But the Wellster one and this one are completely different. But let's first, we'll get into that in a bit. Let's look at the card of the day real quick, because some of these are actually kind of interesting. So we have ourselves Drag Ritter Rashad. Ooh, you guys did not see already, is actually Triumph Dragon support. So that's right, quick start deck boss still exist. They're not just that thing you use to get an energy generator to be allowed to play the game. They are a legit thing. This one's really interesting because it says during your turn, if a unit was retired, he gets 5k power. So that's kind of nice. That's a decent little booster. Yeah, it also implies that we'll be getting more support from other guys as well. All the other quick start deck bosses, including our Lord and Savior, Cristianos, right? But he also has this second skill, which is kind of interesting. So there's two things about this, right? It's one that we're getting support definitely for like all the other ones, but also two, these skills are actually like good, because this next one says that if you have Triumph Dragon, all of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as this unit cannot move to Guardian Circle or to other rear guard circles. So that's kind of like, all right, but does this not just shut down Hostage Raziel? Raziel and like Hostage Lord? You technically already did that, right? Because with Triumph Dragon, because it could like on attack retire, but like if you can't move it, I don't think you can use the order, can you? Right? So that's kind of a nice little skill to put on this actual common card. So it gets power and you can't move anything, so can't intercept, can't do any back row shenanigans. So kind of nice. You like the quick start deck support? Feels like decks that might not be meta, but they can still they can shit still. They can still do shit, I'm assuming, and aren't left to dry. Yeah. Grade 4s for the quick start decks. I don't think that'll work out. New forms wouldn't be horrible, but grade 4s, I don't know if I would want them to go that route per se, but at the very least, there are feature proofed where everything has just names, right? So this is pretty cool. And then we got ourselves a grade 1 Drag Ritter Amenia, who says when this is placed, you choose a Triumph Dragon, put it on the bottom of your deck. If you do look at top 5 for the Strife Command Dragon, which is the double rare, that gets the crit, and put that into your hand. And then if you did discard one, it gets 2k. So I'm assuming all of them are going to have this type of effect, possibly. So we'll probably get a rare and a common. The common will be, you know, what we kind of saw. It'll be a little bit more like different for each of them, but I feel like we're gonna get one of these for each of them, maybe, where you just put them on the bottom of the deck to search for the double rare. It's kind of useless for Cristiano's case, which is really unfortunate, so hopefully it does something else. But this is like fine. Yeah, I guess it's not useful in Cristiano's, to be honest, because you can search it, put it to your hand, and immediately discard it. So it's in your drop, and it's technically decked in, but still. You can move grade 1 step back row if you have it in the front row. Yep. So if you rush, you get a little bit punished. Or that can be searched with the CB1 effect. I mean, I guess that would be kind of nice. Yeah, that would kind of fix the deck entirely if you could do that. But my guys with upgrading the quick start decks was I didn't want to spend money. And it was worth. I mean, they were dumb cheap, so it's not really a lot of money to be spent because they're all just commons. The most expensive cards are maybe the double rares, but those are all like maximum $1. But pretty nice. Just a flying move and a bug will faint. Well, it's bug dragon, so I guess yeah, it is super effective. Then we'd have encounter in the sudden rain Anasia here, who unfortunately is the 15k divine skill, etc. I can't do anything card for lyrical, where I was hoping since all the other ones were dragons they would do something cool for the lyrical one, and it's just another cute schoolgirl. No, cool. My little cousin likes Triumph Dragons, so I'm okay with this pack filler. Yeah, so it'll be super easy to get, and it does help. Yeah, it's a waste of cute art. Like, honestly, I'm really disappointed that they didn't do like a giant dragon or something else, like anything interesting. And I'm really just tired in general with the art direction for lyrical, or like the aesthetic. I don't know what you want to call it, but I've mentioned it and I've touched on it a bunch, but I'm just tired of all these damn schoolgirls. It's just so much, especially considering lyrical has the most per volume cards in all of Overdress. The fact that all of them look so similar with the same exact clothing is really boring. We have literal military like lines everywhere in like other nations and whatnot, and they don't and they're not even that homogeneous, right? So it's just kind of exhausting already. But I know nothing's gonna happen, but I'll just keep voicing my complaints until I am heard eventually. Like, they could have gone so many different ways. They did something interesting, right, where they had that one random like dragon thing in set 4, so there was some hope, but never mind. Based on the whale. This would have been something interesting. I mean, the whale's already a card technically, right? It's an order. So I don't know if we'd be able to do that. We need more punk girl art. We just need more any other girls. We need literally anything else, right? Like, pick anything that is not schoolgirl, pick anything and make that into a girl, and you can put it in lyrical and I'd be okay with it. Literally anything. You could have plumbers for all I care. They could be maids, even though that's kind of similar, but that's something different, right? I've mentioned it a bunch of times, like construction workers or something. Like, you can pick any occupation. They could be gamers. I don't give a fuck. Just get these girls out of school, bro. Make them drop out. Something. Oh well. Anyone can be an idol. Fuck that. No one can be an idol. Outlaw all idolship forever. How is this not choral support? Because Burger Queen is unfortunately not canonical, I guess. Oh, see animal dancers? That'd be great. bro. Anything, bro. Anything. But anyways, instead we have her eating alone in an alleyway panty. There's a little cute cat. Cute art overall, right? Got cat, girl eating burger, other cat. There's like 4 cats in this picture. That's wild. But this just says when this boost, if you play 2 or more order this turn, this gets 10k power to the end of the battle, which is super interesting because I think I might be wrong about this, but I think only 2 decks in Lyrical can play 2 orders per turn. I guess there's technically 3 if you count the Vispo deck, but it's really just Fennel and Kyoka, right? Or is there another one? Because I know they also have a card generically that they can all play that says, oh, play another order this turn, but not counting that one. So just putting in the scope of what this card might work in. I don't see Kyoka playing this, but a fat 18k booster is not half bad, right? I don't see this playing in Fennel. Pokemon Go who needs vanillas? She can play more than 1 order? I know she like revolves around orders to an extent, but no, do you play 2? I don't remember. I tested her so long ago. But she doesn't count. Even if she does, right? She unfortunately doesn't count because you can't play units that have abilities. So you wouldn't be able to use this card either way. But I think she only plays 1. Opera Singer Lyrical. I mean, that's not really as derivative of what they already have and have in Bermuda, but sure. Why not the little ferret right there? Ferret? Bro, those are cats. Those are all cats, bro. Am I crazy? Are these not cats? Marching Band Lyrical? I don't know if they would do that. That feels too yeah, that feels too much like it's impeding on Stoicheia with Leonard. But yeah. Hopefully one day our prayers will be answered, or mainly my prayers, I guess, of Lyrical getting some sort of diversity or anything. But in any case, before we drive into Levy Dress, real quick, we have results from the drop zone. Had a tournament this weekend, which was really fun because we had a deck from every single nation here. So we had Gyandra for Dragon Empire, we had Unica for Dark States, we had Lord for Keter, we had Gravidia for Brankgate, we had Lascadia for Stray Camp, and Chris Rain for Lyrical. But yeah, these were the placements. So Lascadia ended up winning, or Valeno ended up winning, with Granda in 2nd and Chris Rain in 3rd. Pretty fun. If you'd like to join any of the tournaments that I'm always showcasing here, you can always join the Discord and we can get that going. The next one might not be for a bit. It won't be this weekend, it'll be the weekend afterwards. I guess really quickly, as I shout at Nightbot to post the link. But yeah, so that's that. Just wanted to mention that real quick. And alright, we can get into Levy Dress here. We'll start off here with the Stag Nipper Dragon, which is just the starter, which shock of all shocks, just lets you draw a card if you go 2nd. They bring Shiranui for everyone's enjoyment, sure, as long as you as long as you figure out afterwards that I ban like Shiranui every single time. But opponent play, or is there some area play? There is going to be area play in the future, trying to get more people that are like into card fight area before I do one of those tournaments. But the plan in the future is to have a lot of like area tournaments as well. Right now it's remote. Yeah, the first one I completely outright banned Shiranui. The second one I hit him with the JP restriction, and then I also hit him with the Festival Collection restriction. But I don't think anyone really was gonna pick him anyways, from the people that signed up at least, right? Greater one looks way too badass to be a starter. It's probably just me because I don't like. I'm like half and half with bugs. Sometimes they look cool. I don't like dragons, so I don't really care for this thing. It's probably one of my least favorite starters. Not gonna lie. I do admit it does look a lot more like, you know, intense or more going on than some of the other starters, right? So I get that. So you have to work on getting cards IRL, yeah. Yeah, so you can join the Discord in the meanwhile, and you know, we'll have an error tournament pretty soon. Originally I want to do like, what I really wanted to do was start to do like, you know, for like older formats and stuff. I wasn't gonna ask people to go buy out cards for like the first set of Vanguard or something like that, but I wanted to do like tournaments for that, like a certain, like a legacy format, but that would all be on area because I don't want people to have to physically get those cards. Yeah, it does look like a mid-level boss, but they could have easily switched these two, to be honest. This guy looks a little bit more like a starter. Something about it, I don't know if it's the rounder edges or the fact that he looks a little smaller. But this is the Scorpiercer Dragon, who has a simple skill that just says if you have the starter and soul, when you would ride the Mantis type dragon, which is the grade 2 of the ride line, you ride for free. Bushiroad has been doing this a lot lately, where they make the ride line free, right? We've had a couple of effects of this recently, where the ride line just lets you ride for free, which is super interesting because it makes it so that a lot of your decks, you don't need to play the like discard cyclers, which they made like a whole big thing about, right? So they kind of like actively incentivize you to not play discard cyclers. Yeah, I don't know if this deck specifically like has a lot of drop recursion for that, but I know it has one card. But support, he should be definitely getting support because I'm pretty sure, yeah, we already saw Punk Girls get support, so Granda should be getting support as well as Rotovisor. Keep an eye out for your boy Rotovisor. He should be getting support as well. There's like 2 cards, yeah, but I don't know, I guess I feel like it's more of bringing stuff back and less of like setting up drop per se. But next up we have the grade 2 that they just mentioned, which is the Mantis type dragon, who just says when you ride Leverage Dress over it, you energy blast 3, look at the top 5, choose up to 1 grade, choose anything essentially except grade 4 Magnolia, right? Add it to your hand, which is kind of wild. Because you can even add PGs with this, right? You up to 1 grade, a 3 or less card, reveal it and put it to your hand. Yeah. So kind of an insane little skill, but yeah, not bad. I think you're mainly be using this to get the order, right? So this was the card that caused the stupid Morpho buyout. This? I don't think it was this specifically. It's more of just the fact that they used it in the anime. Yeah, pretty good. Unfortunately, it is locked to Leverage Us, but that's pretty good. They could have just made this free, but again, the Energy Blast cost makes it so that you really don't get to play Energy Cyclers with this deck, which is kind of funny. Off OT off of this against Bladmire in that 1 minute game. I mean, I guess that's an option. Is it Morpho like kind of bad? Yeah, it doesn't really do anything for the deck specifically. People just saw it using the anime, and then also you can use it to search out the one order that the deck uses, which really isn't a key part of the game, so you really do not need Morpho at all. But assume this search is an instant card? It definitely, there's no way. There's no way that's an actual assumption people made. I'm pretty sure they did not, but in any case, let's get to the main meat here with Destin 1 of Infinity, Leverage Dress. I do like its name, being like Infinity or whatever, because he kind of does everything, and he kind of does have like almost infinite potential, right? How did the bug set the forest on fire? That's a good question. His aura is just too good. He set the whole ass forest on fire. It must be with this this first skill here, which says act. Vanguard once per turn. Counterblast 1. Choose each of you and your opponent's rearguard circles to put an infinity eyes marker on each of them. Okay. Spreading spores. I feel like it was on fire in the enemy, but I don't really remember. Okay, it's a fart. Yeah, I just lets out a nasty bug fart. 2. When either player's unit on rearguard circle with infinity eyes marker attacks or boosts, you may have that unit get 10k or minus 10k. And if it was an opponent unit that got minus 10k, you can remove one of your infinity eyes markers from that rearguard circle to draw 1 card. So you can stack your markers, excuse me, but you do not stack the power. Because it's just whenever something attacks, if it's on a mark, it gets 10k. It does not matter if you have 50 markers on top of them, right? It does not matter. It's just whenever it attacks, it gets 10k. It's not for like each or like anything like that. You can stack this on your opponent's board if it's like something that restands, right? Yeah, and then you can get the multi-attack to minus 10k twice and draw twice, if that's the case. But it does not, in the same battle, stack. Where it makes me sad, I feel like I like the art, but the fact it's how it made, yeah, it's like you can play it. If the deck actively searched it like a little bit easier, it would be kind of nice, but it's like fine. Just why the sec lot isn't that big. The big ass sex bank? Yeah. I guess it's not bad, huh? I got his more on the infinite knowledge part of Infinity because he uses knowledge to lay traps to the enemy to blunder them. I mean, I kind of get that. It doesn't really. You kind of have to like have the knowledge to like know where to place it, but it doesn't give you knowledge, I guess, is my problem. So that's why I don't see it like from a knowledge perspective per se. If only I didn't invest in Maggie, maybe I would have immediately jumped on this deck. I mean, supposedly you can just use all the Magnolia cards in this, what everyone keeps talking about. Can we discuss how boring the Infinite Eyes marker is? Yeah, it looks pretty boring. I took that personally. I might have been too much to ask for minus 10k to be for the whole turn. I mean, that doesn't really apply to a lot of situations. I feel like there's not that many restanding rear guards. I can be wrong. So I don't think it's that big of a letdown. But this deck. Imagine. That'd be horrible. That sounds a lot. Yeah, like I'm sure we can think of a bunch of them, but I just don't think that's something that's in like every deck where it'd be that big of a deal. And if that case, you just stack it on that one red circle. Right. So, then we have the last skill, Divine Skill, the part that I don't like so much. Everything else is like fine. But this says if your opponent is grade 3 or greater, Soul Blast 1, choose one of each of your opponent's rearguard circles and put an Infinity Eyes markers on it, and it gets 10k power and crit to the end of the turn. If this wasn't locked, maybe to going second, that Divine Skill, maybe it's fine, right? That would be worth it. Like your opponent's on grade 2, you hit him with 23k and a crit. Maybe kind of worth it. But the fact that they have to be on grade 3 and all you get, you have to Soul Blast for it too. Like at least make it free, right? At that point. And all it does is just gives you what you already do once per turn. It just lets you do that one more time, essentially. On top of, you know, it just gives you power and a crit. I don't know. I feel like they could have done a lot more with this, like make it a little bit more bombastic to earn the name Divine Skill. Right? Because the implication of it being a divine skill says a lot, and it's just like, yeah, just set up a little more. That's kind of boring. Like if it had some extra text, like how Raziel says, like, oh, such and such, right? Something, literally anything, right? If it was like, oh, for the next turn, if you get attacked, you can guard with an Infinity Eyes marker or something. Because like one of the few good interactions with the Divine Skill has been stuff like Varga, where like you don't know when your opponent's gonna use it. Like, oh, you can only do it once per game. So there's like an actual like little meta game within the game there. So you can like, you know, play around it, do this, it's really strong, etc. Right? And that's really interesting and engaging. But when it comes to this, it's just like they just use it and it's just like, okay, whatever. Like there's really no thought process whether or not I should use my divine skill or not. I'm just gonna use it. So why is it a divine skill? If it's only once per game, if I'm just gonna use it every game anyways as soon as I can, then it doesn't have to be a divine skill. Doesn't really make sense to me. Finally, you can kill your own markers when ensure enemy dominates. Dominates top loss on your side on your markers. Yeah, that is kind of funny, right? Does it count? I don't know if it counts for sure, to be honest. Because it says if it's on your opponent's rear guard, right? Yeah, it should be on their rear guard circle, so it doesn't count per se. You can have it get minus, but you can't use a draw. Or maybe you can. Maybe you can. Never mind. I guess you can, right? Yeah, because it's whatever is on it. And then if your opponent's unit's on it, which it will be because it's dominated, you have it get minus 10k, and then you remove it and draw. No, yeah, you're right. That's kind of sick. Never mind. This deck needs as much CC as you can get. This is the current CC that they have. I mean, what else do they counter boss for? Orders that Soul Blast will is a complete non-cost effect. If you want to Soul Blast the clearances, it's not even that. It's just it just feels the skill is so like whatever that putting a cost behind it is just like, at least make it free. Like at least make it free if it's a divine skill, but I don't know. It seems silly. Besides, there's like 50 different ways to counter charge in Star Chaos, so I don't think it'd be much of an issue. It's actually helping you? How is it helping you? You don't have anything in Soul that you care about. You don't Soul Charge. Unless you're going to call back your ride line, but they don't have any active skills, so I don't know if that's really helping you. Oh, like, I guess if you call back the grade 1, but again, you're using this turn 1 immediately. You're using this immediately, so you're not going to Soul Blast out that grade 1, because that's like mid-battle or something like that. So you're just instantly going to use this, so there's no like even counterplay for that. Or not counterplay, but there's no like play to be had. It's just, oh, I'm going second, boom, I use Divine Skill, that's it. Right? Unless they give a unit that says this unit becomes 5k power or shield for each infinity marker, yeah, that'd be kind of nice. But you go first. He's gonna be in Soul for your first grade 3 for sure, whatever. You know what? Fine, heck. If that's the case, make it Soul Blast 3 since you're fine with having your divine skill have a cost behind it, because apparently that's helpful. Then I hope they errata it to be Soul Blast 3. God damn it! Trying to give your fucking deck less of a cost. Motherfucker's like, no, it's a good thing. All right, whatever. Soul Blast your whole ass soul. I don't even care. Oh, god damn. I don't know. Yeah, the divine skill is just kind of underwhelming for the fact that it's just the first skill, and you get 10k and a crit, which is like cool, I guess, but I don't know. It's not as game defining as I thought. It doesn't have to be something broken, but it has to be something worth it only being once per game, is all I'm trying to get at. Come on. But here's the Infinity Eyes marker. Very boring looking. Couldn't even draw an eyes or something on it. Nothing. It's just the Dragon Tree marker one looks cooler than this. And it's just, you just use it to be Infinity Eyes marker. I don't know if you can use them interchangeably. But eyes are the supports he releases. I guess it just looks kind of boring. Fart, yeah. Worker sitting there needing to see CB for his divine skill. Seeing what the fuck, which are yeah. But there's also the I don't know if this is valid or not, but this also that says token 03. So I don't know if we're gonna get 2 other types of tokens this set or more. We'll see. That would imply that it is the 3rd token for this set. And that would also imply that it is in order. So it means that one of the previous ones in order, which would be Keter, Dragon Empire, and Dark States. Well, not Dark States. So that implies that Keter and Dragon Empire, because there's no Dark States, that implies that both of them are going to play markers of some sort. And also possibly Brank 8 and Lyrical, because Turkey comes before Brank 8 in the way the Japanese order it. So, we'll see. DXL and Deeper Tech markers, possibly, yeah. It's actually, might be the case. Energy markers count as token? Do they? I mean, it's possible that that's true. I don't know if they count as tokens. Let's see. Where do I have this? That might be the case. Are they only going to print 2 of those? Let's see. Yeah, so it's possible it's that, yeah, because this one's CO1. So it's possible that they're energy markers. But we'll see. Right. I figured they would print, what, they do like 3, right? Or like 4. I think they do 4 every set, right? Or something like that. So it is strange that this is number 2. But yeah, we'll see. So make my own markers? Yeah, I'd rather honestly make my own markers, draw something on it. But next up, we've got this girl who I wish was more generic. She looks really cool. But we got the Packlaw Huntsman Hooli here, who says, when this is placed, if you have an infinity, I keep trying to say like infernity. If you have an infinity eyes marker in the same column as this unit, so it doesn't have to be like on your side of the board, you counterblast 1. Choose up to a grade 3 or 1 grade 3 or less card from your drop, call it to rear, and if you have 3 or more, it gets 10k power. So, pretty nice card, not gonna lie. So this was the Shadowverse artwork? Yeah, it definitely looks like something that could be in Shadowverse. I'm not gonna lie, based on the whole marker gimmick, it would be cool in lore. Leverdraws is an old Dragon Tree wrench that survived the Serena Blast and evolved during this time in Sterkea. That would be kind of funny if that applies to all of them, but we'll see. Yeah, definitely this could be in Forest Craft. But this is a nice little card. Instantly revive something. If you use your Divine skill, instantly get 10k. So, nice little rare. Sucks that you can't use it in anything else. It's a Ladika support card? Trying to get me to say something? What's going on here? But then next up we have Knight of Illusionary Silent Clarence, the card that thinks your divine skill is worth soul blasting for, because there's no other way you can soul blast in Sterkea, so your divine skill has to do it. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted or attacked. If you have an Infinity Eye marker in the same column as this unit and you did not countercharge, you put this to soul and countercharge. So you have built-in countercharge. Again, you can countercharge, like, I swear, like 5 different times, 5 different ways in this nation anyways, but there's that. Spiritual condensation. Just to get him back. Interesting. I'm happy that Leverage says your markers, otherwise the mirror is going to be Mega Cancer. Oh, you mean like when something attacks? Yeah. I don't know how you would distinguish them, but we'll have to see, I guess. I guess you would have to have different sleeves or something. This is better price tridents. You get 5 attacks. Yeah, but you still have like a bunch of other ways to counter charge. Last time you got an engine one. Then we've had the order here, which is presumably the only reason that Morpho was played. Searching for infinite knowledge. So if you have Lever Dress, you Energy Blast 2. You choose something from your drop and call it. It gets 5k for each of your Infinity Eyes markers in the same column. For grade 3 order, this should have just been overall, right? Because it's another one of these things. Like, I can only use 1 order per turn, and I have to pay a cost. I can bring something back, but it only gets 5k for something that's in the same column. It should have just been overall. Like, I'm not gonna have Like, I guess it'll be strong in the future, but again, I can only use this once per turn. Right, I can only use one order once per turn. Should have just been for like all my markers, period. Now I have to like position them and stuff. That feels a bit unnecessary, but oh well. I kind of wish I had called 2 cards, to be honest. That wouldn't have been horrible, but that would have made the deck too drop reliant, I guess, or too much focus in that type of playstyle. I don't think they want that specifically. It seems like they really want it to be a super, what I like a better word, like generic pile deck where it just plays everything, right? That's where like the infinite, you know, infinite possibility of this deck comes in, where it can like literally do everything, right? Because you can get multi-attack, you can reduce power, you can draw, you can recur from drop, you can do like just about everything in this deck, right? So much energy blasting. I mean, you only really do it for the ride line and for this order if you play it. So it's a very beefy Gnosa, but Gnosa does too much CV spending. You want a second attack? It doesn't natively already. Only problem with that is that Circular Pal is not that broken. I don't know about all that. Circular has all the best generics and cards you can play in like any deck, right? For the most part. They had to specifically nerf Morpho because they didn't want to give you guys a Tetrafall, because that just would have been insane. So next up we have Full Knowledge Foxio here. It's the first double rare. I should say only double rare, because the other one's a triple rare. But this says when is boost if you have level adjusted, it gets 5k. Okay. Then it says if you have a grade 3 graded level dress, if your opponent has a Infinite Eye marker, this gets another 2k. So this is one of those, you know, double rares that get 5k then 2k if they boost the Vanguard. But then this one also says you counterblast 1, choose another back row, choose one of your back row rear guards, I guess. You can technically choose itself. And that can attack to the end of the turn and gets 10k. So you can actually choose itself, give itself 10k if you wanted to. But 100%, because you guys don't have, we don't have butterflies in this deck. Yeah, what are you trying to say? Let's keep that B when Night Rose comes out. Yeah, you're following. Yeah. So this is definitely super important because this gives you your multi-attack. Of course, you can only use one of these because that's to boost the Vanguard. You also need one of these in board, which is kind of nice. You don't have to worry about getting a bunch of these to enable multi-attack, which is kind of nice. You can, ironically, in the lever dress mirror, I guess, or whatever, you can actually put this on the back row center, right? Whatever boost, it's like useless, which is kind of nice. Not that it entirely matters, but like putting down power for like Vladimir is kind of nice because that makes the 15k boost into just the 5k boost, which might help your card. But is it a fox? I mean, it has Foxsteel in the name, so I'm assuming it is some sort of fox butterfly. Come on. Then the last card we have here is On-Fall Anthogaster, which is the triple rare, which says that when this unit is placed on rear, if you have an Infinity's Eye marker in the same column, you energy blast 3, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose a card from among them, put one into your hand, put the other ones on the top or bottom. You have to choose one card, put the rest on the top or bottom of your deck, and this gets 5k to the end of the turn. On-Fall is so cute. Alright, I don't I don't know about cute. That's the right adjective, but sure. This is kind of nice. I mean, the fact that it's 1 energy blast, 2 it's on place, 3 it's only if you have a marker in the same column. Means you can't use this till turn 3, which kind of sucks. Would have been nice to use this in the early games, get some kind of advantage. It would have been nice if it was like if you have an Infinity's marker or you reveal lever dress or something like that. But that's like fine. Bottom of this dude not knowing X. Yeah, you can put it on top or bottom. So yeah, you can stack a little bit. Again, deck being able to do everything here, but overall this is a nice card. Then it also says that during your turn, if you have lever dress and you have 3 or more Infinity's Eyes markers, so basically only either you went second and you used the divine skill, or you went first and this is your like persona right turn and you use your first skill again. This guy gets 5k. Well, and assuming you didn't, I guess, pop too many from your opponent's side, but if there are no other rear guards in the same card name as this guy, he can attack from the back row for free. So he can attack for free in that situation, which is kind of nice. So he's a 20k from the back row. Not bad. I have fortunately have not looked at the cards you can actually play in this deck, which I should have done before they all get bought out, but I have like every back row attack card because my fiance plays Magnolia, so I feel like we have all of them, so we should be fine. Yeah, exactly. So just any markers, doesn't have to be in the column or anything like that, just have to have 3 or more, which you can only do again going second or on your persona right turn where you use your skill twice in that game. Yeah, you can use Gabbrig. Empix doesn't do anything with like a unit attacking from the back row specifically. You can make Empix attack from the back row, sure. Gnosla has to attack from the back row. I'm just mean something that says like, yeah, something like Gabbrig that says when something attacks from the back row. Because I know there's Gabbrig, there's also the Hedgehog that you can counter blast one, put it to soul to give the unit attacking 10k, but you don't really want to do that. Pixix Mag and also Suma CB Beavers, interesting. Beavers depends. Because he's 8k. You don't get the 5k from Elder. If you put him on a marker, he becomes 18k. Is this does this give power? Yeah, so it gets 10k also. So it becomes 28 if you have the Beaver on a marker. That's already 2 cards to guard unless your opponent's playing in front. So that's kind of whatever. If it's just one or the other, right? Like no marker and you use the skill, or just a marker, well, you have to do both, right? So it's kind of whatever. Unfortunately, he's really only good if you can use him in the early game, but he just doesn't work that way. So 40k, yeah. So thankfully I have like 5 SP Grabbergs. So I don't have to worry about that guy getting bought out, but I do have a bunch of extra ones, I think, or I might have sold them already because I had a million Grabbergs, but we'll see. Get a back row persona as well. I don't know about all that. Y'all asking for too much now. But yeah, cool. You guys get to learn what it's like to play Magnolia, having to figure out your back row. So here's the secret rare, the one that has the like divine skill on it. Looks pretty cool. But more importantly, we have ourselves the Clamp DSR, which I am sad about because now I need it because it looks so much better than the original art. So I desperately need this. And I will not be able to get it, I'm sure. It will be very expensive because it looks very pretty. And I think people already really like this character. So, that is very unfortunate for me in my existence. Hey, Kaiju Godzilla would beat up. He just looks a lot better. Like the way they draw Lever Dress is just like, yeah, it looks like this weird bug thing, or he like looks kind of cool, and they just keep going back and forth between this weird derpy bug to like this cool dragon, right? And they just keep going back and forth every shot I see of him, and it's just kind of obnoxious. It's not a waifu. I mean, he's basically a waifu, so it's gonna be kind of rough. Honestly, it has a lot of potential. Yeah, the deck seems like it has a lot of potential. I don't think it's in CFA yet, right? There's definitely a lot of interesting ways you can go with it. In the future, right now, it kind of doesn't do anything too crazy, which is a bit unfortunate. But they can very easily, you know, add rear guards that do a lot of different things based on your markers, right? It's already in CFA. Okay, nice, right? They can add, you know, opponent loses shield, they can't intercept, like all this crazy stuff depending on the market. On zero waifu, mine too. So in the future they can really do a lot of things. which is nice, which is what I like the most about the deck. But we'll see how it expands. Had to program the markers, damn. Me because of JJK. Red eyes, yep. Fair enough. But that's it for the reveals as my CFA updates. Do I have a quick display for Firefox? It's this one that shows that. Let's go here, put this here. I guess I could just do it in CFA, but just wanted to take a quick look here. Deck log real quick. I want to see what has some sort of back row synergy. I know all of them because I stared at all of them trying to build Magnolia several different times, but I'm just trying to see what actually does anything here. So that's kind of whatever. This is Magnolia lock. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. Count Alchemagic. I can't play this. Can't use that. Can't use that. Oh. Godolt's not locked to Magnolia. Interesting. It just does in the back row when it's unit attacks, you can get 10k power. And then at the end of that battle, if it's in the center, you can't use the draw part, right? Because right now the only way you get is the draw is from the thing that's in the center column, but that's only right now. So that's kind of cute. If you wanted a 10k attacker, 30k attacker, or the marker, not bad. That's whatever. That's whatever. The same column cannot be attacked. That's whatever. This is a hedgehog I was talking about, but I don't think you want to use them. He gives you counterblast one. You get a soul because he puts himself to soul, but he gives whatever's attacking 10k. But it's kind of whatever. Back row gets 10k. When we get markers that can let you intercept or something like that, this might be useful, right? But we'll see. Alvin just says it requires 2 or more, but I mean, there's definitely worth looking at here. Tigrata? What did that show up here? I guess it says, how is that worded? Because that should have showed up here. Because that's at 7, unless I passed by it. Yeah, he should have been here. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder how he's worded that he's not showing up here. This one says when this is placed, it gets 10k again. This one's okay, but it's really pointless until you can intercept. Okay, just says same column. Okay. Kusi is kind of whatever. You just play the fucking... If you want Kusi, just play the fucking 15k with the divine skill thing, right? This is whatever. Attachment back row, rest this, and attacking unit gets 10k to the end of the battle. That's whatever. This is not usable. You can play Baja Corn. That's kind of nice. You have the option to have some front row removal. That's kind of cute. Oh yeah, it's a lot of CB. Okay, whatever. I know. I'm just saying. Think about it for 1 second first. All right. Technically play this order, but I don't know if you'd want to do that. I can technically play Lattice, but at that point you might as well play Adult. Does the same thing. You can technically play Canosula. technically play MPix. You know, if you throw in, I mean, you can kind of get the requirement right if you play Inland Pulse. Yeah, that's right. I said it, Inland Pulse, and that Clarence dude, right? But I don't think you would do that. Hey, how's it going? Back row center. No, it doesn't really do anything for you. Yeah, that's about it. All right. What about same column? Boost. No. The last one, like the top 3, call 1. Yeah, I don't think you want to use that. The most you can use that is in Cristianos, but we don't really have a need for that per se, and you probably want to use your soul for something else. During the 4th battle or more, all your units in the same column get 5k. Here's take it out. Right. Whatever. If he's in the front row, ironically, he has to be in the front row, and he says the same column attacks. That unit gets 10k. So he basically says back row, just more complicated. But all right. Since Ek is saying you have too much soul and shit, you can use this Anteater to Soul Blast 2, give something 10k. This is kind of whatever. Gap break. Let's get example. And that's about it. Alright. Nothing too crazy. Kind of just gap break, right? That's really the only thing we got out of that. Gap break, and you can play Godot if you want power. That was an Anteater, but okay. It literally says Anteater in his name, but pretty sure it's an Anteater, but alright. Got ourselves some, where the hell is this shit? Is it not here? There it is, okay. You must have lost the connection. Okay, cool, great. Yeah, cool, thanks. Thanks, Steve Deck, for losing connection. So we'll talk about the anime now. Here's your spoiler alert. We're gonna go over the anime episode, possibly the next one a little bit. Okay, bye. You haven't seen it yet? Damn. But all right. So we got instantly they so we talked about it a little bit last week, where they sort of gave the reason why this clash is happening is because all the guys on the Destined side are, like, I don't want to say brainwashed, but kind of like mind controlled, or whatever the word you may want to call it. Because Sibylette has the power to, like, corrupt their desires or whatever. And the only way that they can become uncorrupted is if they lose in a card fight specifically. So that's sort of the glue that's holding this entire plot together, and that's why these guys are fighting, right? And we instantly had our first game here. Yeah, basically reversed to an extent. We had our first match, I should say, for this tournament, which was just Show against Leverdress. And it was like, okay. You know, it was kind of nice to see Show sort of develop. Which is alright. I want to see some more, like, solo Show time, where he, like, can actually develop, like, doing things and interacting with other characters that's not just Akina, right? Like, I want to see him, like, I don't know, help Hikari with her homework, like something, right? I want to see him actually do something other than just kind of like all of a sudden he, like, says, you know, he just acts a little bit better. But yeah, we saw Leverdress. It fucking triple critted Show and ended the game right there. And we learned that Kyon's desire is that he wants to go see Cray, which is kind of interesting. And for whatever reason, that means he has to beat up Show. I don't really know. I still don't know the connection between the two of them, but point is, Show lost, Kyon wins. They also outlined that it's 6v6. And if there's a tie, they end up having one of them fight again. Right? They each choose a representative. So presumably we won't have a repeat fight for each of the fighters. So once they fight, it's one and done. That seems to be the case, which is alright. Teenager edgy phase, yeah. Kind of increases their natural desires, yeah, basically. But like corrupts it. Was what they were getting at. Too bad in the anime that he looks more badass. That's what I'm saying. He looks cooler in certain shots, and in other shots he just looks like a dork. There's a ship Hikari and Sho. That'd be weird. Especially considering how much presumably younger she is. I still don't know the age of her. Oric was yikes, but in the anime episode he's a lot better. Yeah. Want ice cream? Then I really want ice cream. Yeah, but to the point where it's like in excess, right? Awesome theme too. Like the theme song? Sure. Was the kid Sho played against before the card crash? I mean, why is that Kyon's desire to fight him again, though? In a way that's corrupted, right? Because you have to look from it from a way that it's corrupted. The way I saw it, the way I understand it, is that like they have a desire and they want to accomplish the desire, but then it got corrupted to the point where it's like extreme now, right? So like Hikari wants Akina to be less selfless, but then now that's been corrupted to the point where she doesn't even want to talk to him, kind of deal, right? So like I don't really understand what it is with Kyon here, but maybe he just doesn't have a strong connection for it, right? It's just overall his desire to go see Cray, which is the real desire that he has. I don't know. It's implied that he knows something about Sho's car accident that killed his parents. Yeah, but I don't. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. I just don't immediately see it, and they didn't really go over it in detail here. And they already did the fight, so I don't know what more there is, unless it's gonna be like that. Fucking his parents have to do something with Cray, which I feel like is kind of retreading on old territory again, but we'll see. They focus on that he needs to rush down Vladimir. Yeah. Complain that Sho got jobbed, but Kyon played correctly against Vladimir. Didn't he like get ultra pushed? Did he get pushed to like 4? I don't remember. Not Sho, but then Kyon get pushed to 4 like before he wrote grade 3. Come on. Albin's Alban? You mean Alden? Alden? It just disappears so that she's no longer a bird of rock anymore. It might be something like that, right? But she's but I think it's something else. But yeah, that's the point. Like it's something that they like feel or want, and it just got corrupted because of Sibylith and they're acting on it. In the accident, she had younger, so Akino wasn't such a huge to everyone. I don't know if that's a wish, because that's kind of the same thing as like what Akino wanted, was for her to get healed. That I feel like that's the same thing, but I don't know. Uncorrupted, they say that they're basically lost their inhibitions to an extreme extent, eventually causing madness. I mean, they use the word corrupted. They specifically said corrupted. I remember them saying that. And the only way to... They specifically, I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure, they specifically worded it as the only way to, like, uncorrupt their minds is to beat them in a card fight, right? And it is something where it's like, yeah, they have a whatever, and it's going to the extreme of whatever it is, leading them to do crazy shit. So, like, Mikoto's, like, fan is now gonna, instead of just being a fan, she's gonna go to the extreme extent and be like an insane stalker or something like that, right? That's sort of an example of what we might see. When I call it corrupting, I think? Yeah, because it has to do with what, like, I guess Sibylith did in, like, Cray specifically to, like, his homies or whatever, but we'll see. And then that kind of leads into the next fight, which, again, no time to waste. We gotta go fast. We gotta get fucking speedrun this anime, apparently. We're already getting our second fight, episode 3, with Taizo versus... I don't remember his name, but the Dragon Empire guy who's like the vice CEO of his company. And we'll see how that goes. That somewhat ends it for the anime spoilers. There's not really anything else to say here. And that's just, you know, next week we're getting next Tuesday, we're getting all the cards for the Dragon Empire Destined 1. If you guys are looking forward to that, we'll be seeing that next week. And also getting Taizo's support cards, which I think will be like 2 of them. Hope Taizo wins. He's always taking the L. Yeah, it would be nice if he wins, but I mean, I guess he could win because they'll be tied at that point. I figured they'll either do that where it's like really close, or they'll do the kind of thing where like they get stomped at, right? And they're like behind, and then like they just go on a crazy streak where like it's just the drama of like, oh no, if we lose a single game, it's over kind of deal, right? So it might be like Taizo loses and then they take like an episode to like prepare and not be so fucking ass. And then they'll do the rest of the fights, but we'll see. Basically for the Rose reviews at this point, why, bro? You're not getting it until January. Why know about what they do now if you're not gonna play with them for like literally half a year? So be validated on his double job deal. Yeah. You got a nice build for Barrel Magus? Nice. What does it look like? I'll be playing Invisible Form September, Japanese one. You're crazy. That's wild, but hey. Do you? You do you. Did some games, I think the tournament stuff is. Oh no, we got the English presentation. We'll talk about that. Not that there's too much, but we'll talk about that real quick. God, it's hot in here. Might pass out. Might pass out. Please call for help. I opened the window and it's just hotter outside. It just does nothing. It's raining and windy, so maybe that'll decrease the temperature a bit. That's not too loud now. Okay, cool. 2 more would I barrel when testing some random stuff waiting for Buggo. Cool. I just said we got the rain, so thanks for sending that, I guess. without waiting for my permission, thanks for sending the rain, I guess. But yeah, I haven't actually played any games yet. I've been kind of busy, so I haven't been able to test against actual opponents. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but we'll see. Attending one of the BCS events? Yes, I'll get into that in a sec. Maybe it'll make this humidity go away that we've been drowning with. All right, so we had the English conference. I did do a reaction stream, restream, or whatever of this when it came out. That's late day, night, morning, whatever. We didn't get a crazy bunch of news. We got a bunch of new tournaments, which is an interesting concept because this is something that the game needs. I personally haven't been going to the Constructed Cup or the Vanguard Day tournaments, unfortunately. I really wanted to go to those, but I just haven't. Hopefully I'll be able to go to those for like set 3 and stuff, but we'll see. But they announced another set of tournaments. This is going to be the Animated Life Showdown for Divine Season 1, where you only use decks that appeared in the anime. So this is apparently going to be in August, which is pretty cool. So you can only use ride lines that appeared in the anime specifically, which is funny because here's the list, and it includes freaking Triumph Dragon, who is actually in the anime, right? And it also includes Sarasavel or whatever, who's actually in the anime. So that's kind of funny. But it also is like a limited format, so like you know what everyone is playing, right? They're playing one of these 12 decks, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know which one of these would be the best one out of all of them. It'd probably be between these two, perhaps, right? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't really know how Greedon fares with the new support. Wellstrom. Where is Wellstra? Wellstra, I don't know. This I don't think is one of the better ones. This might not be one of the better ones, but I mean, if they're letting Festival Collection, maybe. This is basically the same as this, right? So these are kind of whatever. Wellstra does do a number against heroes. I don't know if it does a lot to Bladmire. I don't know. I feel like it dies to Zorka. So I don't know. Varga is just because, you know, restand and get crit. Alright. And play Time Dragon and see how far I get. Okay, but best of luck. You have my blessing. Go for it. Show me some results. But yeah, it's just best of 1. And you get a sleeve. And if you win, I think you get some more sleeves? I don't know. So that's kind of cute. Nice to have. Make sure you guys check that out. This is the sleeve that they're going to be giving. It's just the like main anime thing, which looks cool. It would be nice to get a whole pack of sleeves, but I think it's only 5 sleeves, which is kind of lame. But you can use that for your ride deck, including your energy generator. Next, we have this one here, which is the Yume no Kesho Cup, which you get this cool critical trigger that you can use in any deck, regardless, right? Because it's nationless. And if you win it, you get this super cool looking playmat. I have no idea who these people are, by the way, but I want this playmat. I don't know who these people are, and I know we've had them before, right, for another crit and heal promo thing, but I have no idea what these are at all. Speaking of tournaments, I hope NY gets a BCS this fall. Having to go to Philly would suck. Yeah, they say it on the page that they might still update it, and they did this for the 2022 BCS, where New York did not get a BCS until like super late, right? Until like a month or 2 beforehand. So it's kind of hard to schedule in New York, so I would not be surprised if they show another one, but this might be the first time they've, I think, done it in Philly, so we'll see. So just, you know, hold out, we'll see. But this tournament is interesting because you can only use Bang Dream or Lyrical. Oops. Bang Dream or Lyrical. So that's kind of interesting. So again, it's one of these constructor tournaments where you know what everyone else is playing, so you can only play from these 2. I don't know what is the strongest lyrical one. So this comes out in October, so set 1 of lyrical is live, right? It should be, well, actually no, yeah, because I think lyrical, well, actually no, it'll be available for some parts of it, because it comes out I think the 29th. So yeah, you have all the new dress up stuff as well, right? So your best bet might be something like Michu or DC or something like that, right? Which is pretty cool. But yeah, still best of 1, and you get yourself the cards for participating, and then you get the mat if you win. Now rush my go. If I go to Philly, I'm debating between the 2-hour bus or a flight from NY. I will be probably driving for like 3.5 hours or 2.5 hours or whatever it is. But we'll see. And the last one is just a constructive cup that I'm going to try and take place in, which is in September, to get myself this Lukier mat, which I want to get. But apparently this is only available at 50 selected shops worldwide. I don't know what the fuck that means. One lucky player will receive the other design. So I think they've been doing these like random draws to like encourage people to like still play, because like in the middle of it they'll do like a random lottery for like a thing. So but I really want to see if I can get this, and I'm pretty sure one of the stores, I know one of the stores that's gonna have this, so we're gonna try and see if we can get this and milk those mats. Nah bro, I'm gonna win that, and I'm not have to worry about that. Finding a hotel for a weekend, yeah, I completely forgot that's gonna be a thing, huh? I don't know if I'm gonna do that or if I'm just gonna drive up. It depends on if I'm gonna play day 2, but I have to see what day 1 and day 2 of Philly is, because I'm assuming if it's like day 1 standard Shadowverse, then yeah, I'm just going for one day coming home. But we'll kind of take a look at that. But yeah, this just uses all the stuff that's in set 3, so I expect everyone to play Shoujo Doji. I'll have to see what it is that can beat Shoujo Doji, and then play that. And then just Vanguard Day, which again I haven't participated in, but we have, you know, the mats and the participation, which is kind of whatever. And then we have this somewhat controversial slide where they showed the upcoming product, right? We know we're getting this. This is September. This is set 4. and the Stride decks in January. And that's it. No mention of set 5, which we know is coming out in October in Japan, but we have no idea right now if we're even getting this in English. You can assume we are, but they haven't even confirmed it, which kind of sucks. Everyone's hoping that they'll sneak it in between the Stride deck sets so we don't have from October to January no product. But the fact that BCS is between this, I don't know what's gonna happen. So the fact that they didn't even like put a thing in that says coming soon or something like that is kind of weird. Set 5 hasn't even been revealed yet. They did reveal set 5. They did reveal it. That's where they're gonna have the new Liel Amota form, or Liel Oldham form, right? They revealed it. They showed the box and the release date in Japan. Like, they haven't revealed the cards yet, but they haven't revealed the cards for these either, or I guess they technically just did. But yeah, so they can very easily tell us when that's coming out, right? But we'll see. I hope at the minimum it comes out like the same day or something, but I don't know. Because if they release it in December or something like that, it would be nice, because then we would not be as far behind from Japan, right? But we'll see. And then, of course, we got what everyone was hoping to see, which was a restriction list. And they decided to be super unique and original by just copying and pasting exactly what Japan did. No other effort at all. And do anything else additional. It's just copy paste OT, Dragon Empire OT, copy paste Dog and Luard, unrestrict these two, and then update the rule to include this, and that's it. Nothing else. Too late. Yeah, they could have done a lot sooner. I don't know why they waited so long. I know we were in the middle of BSF season, but they definitely could have done it in between one of those. Whatever. Messiah has been on the ban list. Yep. Man, it's almost like Stride deck sets are exactly the best thing for standard, and they haven't been perfectly made for the format. That's crazy. That's that. I feel like we've talked about, you guys have probably talked about that enough in other places and whatnot, so I won't harp on it too much right now, but it is what it is. Yeah. Fantastic, and I love them, sure. But then, yeah, for whatever reason, I might have missed it, but they didn't reveal this in the stream that the BCS dates are up. But maybe they did. They just didn't make a big enough hoopla for me to pay attention in. And then, yeah, they got a lot of different spots to go to. This is just for North America here, so I don't know which one of these I'll be going to just yet. Maybe I should go here and beat up Ek or something, steal his cards. I'm thinking right now this is definitely gonna happen. I'm thinking this is definitely gonna happen. And I'm thinking this is definitely gonna happen. This one's a maybe. This one ironically might be a maybe. This one is a high maybe. This one was originally gonna happen, but then it's on weekend of Valentine's Day, so everything's expensive. This is probably not gonna happen, but it might still happen. This is a maybe, and then this is a maybe. Which is unfortunate because this is a lot of these are in the Stride deck meta, which is kind of unfortunate. Because I really want to go hard this BCS. And try and top a barrel. But it looks like my highest chances compared to where I'm going is going to be against freaking Night Rose. So, unless the deck is really good against Night Rose, we have a bad time. Literally the week before set 4 releases, damn. The other thing they said is that they are going to change the rule where before there was like an embargo where you couldn't play stuff at an event if there hasn't been at least 2 weeks since that set came out. Now they reduced that to 1 week, which is super interesting. Went to Puerto Rico, she could come here. Cope. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know about Costa Rica's probably too soon. Yeah, because that's gonna be just set 3 meta. I don't know if I want to go to Costa Rica for that, but we'll see. I've always wanted to go to Costa Rica, but I don't know. Will it be going to Toronto to look for my enjoyment? Yeah, unfortunately. Will it? I don't know if it will be, but oh no, Toronto. Yeah, it'll be legal for Toronto. Yeah. I confused Vancouver and Toronto for a second. I'm back. I heard you. Yeah. Stream meet up where you treat us to Korean barbecue. I mean, we can meet up and have Korean barbecue. I don't know about treat y'all. I don't know about that last part. A little slick with that one, huh? But yep, those are the BCSs I'll be attending. It'll definitely be these 3. Right? It'll definitely be these 3 for a fact. I will be at that. Everywhere else I will try to go, we'll see. But the plan is to travel a lot more. I guess technically this year and next year. But yeah, we'll see about fiance really wants to go to this one, so we're trying to go to this one, unfortunately, and then I'll try and see if I can go to Toronto. That'd be kind of nice. But this one we might end up skipping, but I don't know. And this one would be kind of nice. I was talking to some friends last BCS about going to it, so we might end up doing this one. Gonna do the Zorga run back, yeah, basically. Cool. Maybe you can top what we talk about you here. You guys are being low channel members. I mean, if you guys do the you guys actually become channel members. not like subscribing, but the part where you're like you pay, then maybe yeah, I can afford that. Oh. That's BCS for North and Latin America. Screw South America, I guess. Well, no, it's technically Chile, South America, right? But I don't know why they couldn't just say that. But all right, whatever. Phil Top Gun because Zorga Advance decided round 7 was a good time to work again. Sure, we'll see what happens this time, I guess. Here are the ones for Europe for you Europeans out there. Kind of sucks they have so many few events, but I guess it is what it is. Of Central and South. Is that really Latin America? All of South America is called Latin America? I mean, I guess it is. I don't know. You could have also just said Americas. That's also a thing, right? Because that encompasses Canada as well. It's fine. Nice to have more of a Yu-Gi-Oh! in Europe. Yeah, I've heard that's a thing apparently. But and then here's the Asia ones, which is funny that it has about as many as Europe, even though they're like right next to Bushiroad, right? You'd think they'd be able to set up a couple more of them, but I guess not. Like, don't we get all our fucking cards from Singapore? They couldn't give them like 1 or 2 more events or something in that whole ass country, but oh well. Another country might not be huge, but like, whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Like Australia, all of Australia just has 1 freaking BCS. It's wild. Spanish understand English in the Americas? Checkmate? Yeah, I guess so. I just never heard that. I've heard the term Latin America, but I didn't know it specifically referenced both Central and South America. I just thought it was more of just like a vague umbrella term, but it does make sense. Yeah, the only thing, right? Yeah, because the only thing that it excludes is Brazil, essentially. They technically aren't. But, and that's that. That's BCS. So hope to see you guys there. We'll be talking about that more as the weeks progress. But next up, we've got ourselves some results from Japan. So here is the beautiful pie chart. We got ourselves Kyoka popping up. Love that for her. Happy for her. We got fucking Vladimir all the way over here at the bottom. Good to see. Good to see. We got here Fembaro, Benny Yakumo. Very nice. More than these bozos. Love to see that. Love to see these queens winning. If we could just get this loser like over here somewhere, then everything would be great. But yeah, so we got Leonore showing up. She's had a bit of a resurgence lately in spite of Shiranui existing. But Shiranui actually dropped to 3rd here. And Shoujo Doji has just been showing a lot of results in Japan, or a lot of usage, I should say, which is a bit unfortunate because it's the one deck I don't have reserved for set 3. So I'm just gonna have to buy singles, and it's gonna be kind of rough. I can see him being $20 on drop, and I hope not. Is it off broccoli? It's off. It's off. I think broccoli and the vanilla generic. I should just say the cycler. The cycler. I shouldn't say. I don't know why I said vanilla. The cycler from set 3 apparently. But let's take a look at some of these results. As you can see here, every single team in the bottom half here, the bottom 4th, has Shoujo Doji on it, which is kind of interesting. But this is of course after the lyrical set, the pink grade one. Yeah, I guess she's pink. Yeah, that one. But yeah, this is after the lyrical set, so we're seeing some of the lyrical sets actually getting tops, which is kind of nice. I helped my friend buy a Raziel deck. My wallet hurts. Yeah, that's kind of rough, buddy. I'm sorry. That's super rough. Yeah, so we're actually going to be taking a look at some of them, starting off with the Michu list first, because there's actually quite a couple of Michus here. I got a Miko. Yep, there she is. Yeah, this is kind of what you'd expect, right? So we got the new Break Ride Michu, we got the new Nonoka, we have the card from set 4, which is pretty good. We have the here's the 4th one of the Ride Skipper, and that's basically the core of the deck, right? It's just 4 of all of these cards, and that's it. I haven't found the use for playing this card yet, other than like she's just an extra copy of a Cannonball. She helps with your effects, and also she draws when you play her, but her effect I feel like is kind of whatever. You only ever play one of this because the ride line gives you one, and you actually can play Yuika now because you actually don't have soul problem. This deck used to notoriously run out of soul instantly, and now it has excess soul somehow, which is insane. There's and their $1 write-up promo. Shaking my head. Yep. You have too many of the orders. Yeah, I've sold a bunch of like this order, ironically, and this because I bought a lot of set 3 and people were buying that. Even to this day, some people buy it, which is kind of funny. But next up we have the bird, which is different from the list we saw last week. Which, of course, again, the list last week was just some random person from Twitter that the company decided to spotlight because they had like high rarity. And this one's playing a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting ratios. So they're really high on Justina. I don't see it, but hey, we're seeing another list here with Justina. We got ourselves the Adelaide, which is interesting. We got ourselves the generic card, right? That like it's kind of like Melty essentially. Kind of interesting. We got some of the Judge Maidens. I think this is kind of this might be the good one, or this is a Dookie one, right? I think this is the one that just gives 5k. This is the one that goes into Soul. Yeah, so this is the Dookie one that just gives 5k. They're not playing the Retire Girl. They're only playing 2 of this girl, which kind of makes sense, right? Because you're always going to discard this. So this is just here to guard with, essentially. Playing a singular draw trigger. That is interesting. I've seen this ratio a lot more often, which is kind of strange. But yeah. And then we got, 4 Friendship Pink, who I have like I think 3 playsets of right now. And then this in the main deck, the grade 2, and none of the grade 1. So very interesting. Made her to lyrical pile. It's not really lyrical pile, or I guess there is also this, right? But or I wouldn't say lyrical pile per se. It's less lyrical pile than the other list, but yeah. That is the Sagittal list. And they were with an Eva and a Shoujo Doji. You can see that on the right over there. Then we'll go up a 4th here to take a look at the top close this. The top 9th through 12th here from this event. Yuka, Friendship, Preciosa, Anti-Trigger grade 3, like lyrical pile. Oh no, generics. I don't know. feel like we're getting too aggressive in general. Since Keter Pile became such a meme, I feel like we're getting a bit too aggressive with the concept of pile. Not realizing that, you know, generics are good. We should be playing them for the most part, but I won't get into that rant right now. Here you see 2 Zorgas, 2 Shiranuis, and 2 Shonodojis, and 2 Raziels, which is kind of funny. Some pretty good decks there, but more importantly, we got ourselves another Michu list. We'll take a look at. This one's interesting because it's playing this grade 3 that I really like. The art is really pretty, but also she has the skill to put one of your cards on the bottom of your deck, which you mainly want to use for this girl, so you can put her back and reride her again, which is pretty sick to do. Here's what the SR Michu looks like. Looks pretty sick. Here's your SR Nonoka. Looks really sick as well. Other than that, the list is generally the same, which is, you know, kind of cool. And then we got ourselves the Vert list. So here's what Vert is looking like. And yeah, it's kind of whatever. We got the Adelaide again here, who was like really expensive in Japan and also in English, right? Because of like Chris Rain, and I'm sure it never saw any play. Then we got ourselves 4 of the Yuika, which kind of makes sense in this deck, I guess. But yeah, you kind of all really just need Rosa for the most part. And then you got this, and then their main other attacker here is going to be the French at pink, right? They are playing this card, which is decent, but yeah, you can use this in combination with that, right? Because she doesn't bounce because you don't have her. So green sounds good for her, I guess. Yep, she got 11th place, not half bad. Good for her. So here's what a list looks like, I guess. And then here we've got ourselves 5th through 8th, so the upper half of the toppings here, which is looking pretty interesting. We got ourselves here Dayusha, Chaos. I'm just pointing out the non-usual things. We got Chumbo. We got another Michu list. Michu's looking pretty good coming out of set 1. We got finally Coral and finally Lutetia as well. Which is kind of cool. I had said it before, not Lutetia. Michu is definitely the best one of the set, right? Which is really nice. I feel like she's a lot better than Vert and Coral, but I don't know if she's better than Lutetia and Kyoka per se. And Kyoka, I feel like Kyoka is fine. I don't know if she's like super stronger than she was in set 2 specifically. I feel like Michu's a bit stronger. The other one here we have here is Lutetia, who I feel could be really strong, but I haven't tested her out specifically. So she's using this generic card or this cycler card or whatever you want to call it. I don't remember what she does per se, but other than that, it's kind of like a somewhat typical Yuika list. Not Yuika, Lutetia list, right? It's kind of the same thing as we had before. We just add the Combine Rusher, our new Break Ride, and that's it. They're playing 10 orders, which is, I mean, I guess about right. Like, I want 4 of this and I want 4 of this, so I get it. CB1, look at top 5 for an order card. That's right. Yeah. So this was like I forgot. I had compared it to something else, but yeah. So this is pretty decent. They're not playing the new girl, the other new support card that says like discard to like get an order from drop or something like that. That works really well with this card. But I guess that's what they have this for. This is probably a little bit more versatile. So pretty decent. This also allows you to fetch orders as well. But yeah, deck's pretty solid. This is always funny to me. Let me go back. This image is always funny to me because like she's like facing this way, and then like Coral is facing this way, so they both have their back to Overlord, and he's just like in the middle. Like it just looks so aesthetically pleasing to me. This shot of them, I love this team so much. I love it so much, especially because it's like fucking cute ass girl, and then fucking dragon in the middle. So much love this team lineup. 10 out of 10 best team lineup I've ever seen. I love it so much, right? Love it so much. But the other deck from this team is Coral, whose list looks about the same as we'd kind of expect. There's a couple of interesting things here. So they actually have 3 of this Blitz order that says if your Vanguard was hit, you have 30k shield. One of the best Blitz orders, in my opinion, in the game. Beat the mailingless allegations. Yep, absolutely. Other interesting thing here is that we see the Coral grade 0 as well. Yeah, none of the generic. I'm not a fan of her, to be honest, but we don't see any of that here. Isn't this card like trash? What does this do again? Yeah, no French chat. French chat I feel like is like, I don't know. French chat always felt like a bit extra to me, but what does that grade 1 do? I feel like I completely did not use her because she was not good, right? Sorry, got a message from one. Okay, I'll take a look at that later. That's definitely some grade 1. I don't remember what it does. But other than that, the list is pretty standard, right? Because it's essentially you want 4 of this, 4 of the. Oh, right, that's the Soul Blast one that gets shield. Yeah, I mean, they do play this, so I guess, but like, yeah, that's kind of wild. But yeah, it's 4 of this, max of Ride Line. I'm not sold on the grade 0 in the Ride deck, in the main deck yet, but it's a thing. This isn't as great, so you don't want to play as many of her. This lot goes into your next attacker that you can use, which is usually French Jet, because it helps you bounce stuff. But hey, they got 5th, I did not, right? So I can't really knock it too much. Trigger lineup is also interesting. They're playing 4 fronts and 3 draws, so vanilla triggers. Very nice. I was playing draws because I feel like you don't plus enough, so I was playing 4 draws. But yeah, fronts are nice as well, so not half bad. 0 main deck is to brick less. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when I get it, I'll probably play basically this same list. I don't know what I'll do with these spots, but I'll probably just play the same list. Maybe still run Fensha, even though I don't really like how it feels. But it'll be basically the same ratios except for this grade 1. And then I don't know what I'll do this. I might try vanilla, or sorry, rainbow, which is the opposite of what I was trying to say. Vanilla triggers, but we'll see. No, you just don't have enough cores in hand. Yeah, that's 100% true, which is why I was playing draw triggers to try and get more of them. So that makes sense. So yeah, maybe I'll try that. Maybe that's the sauce. I don't know. That might just be the way to make it a lot more consistent, to be honest. But do you need counterblast for? No, you don't need counterblast for Coral skills. Typically, you use this if you're gonna counterblast each turn for like a Vanguard that has a counterblast skill. But Coral doesn't counterblast, so this is kind of interesting that they're playing this order. But it is still just a good order to have. Blitz order. I don't know about 3 of them, but hey, it is what it is, right? So that's Coral. Not half bad. And then here's the Michu list, which is essentially the same, except they play this girl that I really like because she's an 8k, but if you have this set order that you have since turn 1, she gets 5k attack and shield, and she looks really cool. So I really like that. Other than that, it's about the same. They play a little less. This is the order lineup that I was running with, but everything else is about the same here. Where's Michu? Are they only playing 1 Michu? It's supposed to be a mistake. Hold up. Are they only playing 1 of the new grade 3 Michu? I think they are. Wow. Do they just stay on it and not re-ride? Because you're forced to re-ride, aren't you? Huh. Doesn't get 5k attack and it doesn't get 5k power / shield for every. Oh, that's a common, so look at that later on. Wait, is there 3 cards in the ride deck? Huh. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I cropped this. Maybe I cropped this badly? Hold on. Hold the phone. 40G1. Okay, I cropped it wrong. That's what happened. Okay. I accidentally cropped the left side of it. Okay. Because I remember what I did here. I was about to say, what the fuck? Yeah. What I did was like I was making the other ones, right? I was just like, these are really small. I don't know if the chat's gonna be able to see it. So you saw here, I started messing around because like otherwise there would have been another line here, right? So I took the Elementaria and I put it over here so that I can stretch it out to make it a little bit bigger. And then what I did here is I took these two that were down here and I put them up here to the left so I have more space. But then somehow I cut out everything that was here. But yeah, they're playing 4 of the Michu. They're playing 4 of this because there's another 2 on this side. There's another 3 on this side, right? So 3 of that, 2 of that, and then they got the purple ulti, which is this pot. Great. So that's all that's missing. All right, that makes more sense. Sorry, Photoshop is hard. All right, and then next we have here top 4. So we have a bunch of the usual suspects, which I'm not going to waste my time on, but we are going to take a look at the Kyoka list here. All right, so Kyoka is definitely one of those presumed stronger decks from this set. I don't know if she's the strongest. I have not played her specifically. Hard game for card gamers to do. This is presumably cropped correctly this time, but this is basically the list we're running now in set 2, except we drop the grade 3, which I don't like, but we're playing the new grade 2, which is pretty solid. They're playing Yuika, which is interesting. Usually you have soul issues, but hey, it worked out for them. And they're not playing any of the old Kyoka, even in the main deck or ride deck. They're just playing straight up the new one. And they're using basically that as the back row. And it counts as your second grade 3 for this. They put it in the back row center because this does an attack from the back row. And then they use Friendship Pink to bounce it back to your hand, and then you Persona Ride with it. And then you Soul Blast out one of your other Kyokas. Or use this. Yeah, you Soul Blast it out with this. And then you use this to get back that Kyoka so you can constantly re-ride, right? If that makes sense, right? So this says pick a Kyoka or magazine from drop, add it to your hand. This says Soul Blast 1, return something that it boosts to hand. This says if you have 4 different great names on board, you choose something at end of battle, return it to your hand. This says you can choose a grade 3 Kyoka and it can attack from the back row. So you can loop your Persona Rides that way, constantly have the retirement for this. And then also this lets you revive 2 cards with different grades from your drop. So you can constantly cycle out and get your things back. Pretty interesting. The purple ulti is an interesting choice because you don't remove your front row typically. So you won't be able to get the call. Because you typically want to aim for like double this or like this and this. So unless they attack before the Vanguard with Friendship, which is kind of strange. So that's a strange one for me. And they're playing draw triggers, which typically you deck out if you're playing draw triggers, but they're not playing the grade 1 that lets you draw. So maybe that's the balance. I honestly don't remember what this grade 2 does. Yeah, except better here. Super expensive, the lemon OT is surprisingly affordable, and unfortunately I pulled like 6 of the lemon OT and only 1 of the purple one. But yeah, it's kind of nice that I have everything for this list except for the new stuff, so that's kind of cute. I won't be able to have max rarity Kyoka because I won't be able to get Yuika, but I would not mind the new Kyoka like in LSR or whatever, but I probably just stick to, I think I like this art more. Even though she looks more like Naruto here, I think I'll stick to this art more, to be honest. And then just here's the pie chart again. So yeah, you got something to look out for set 3 and Lyrical 1. That's sort of what the format is shaping out to be like. Which is pretty cool. A lot of interesting decks and a lot of interesting things coming to us in the future. But then here's the team that actually won the whole thing, which was just a team of Shoujo Varga, and Shiranui. Or sorry, I said it in reverse. Shiranui, Varga, Shoujo. They actually won the whole thing. Which kind of makes sense. Those are kind of like the 3 best decks in the format, right? And put them all on one team. Team Ninja. I mean, I guess, yeah, technically, right? Yeah, essentially. They won the whole thing, which makes sense. 2 of these lists kind of have the same exact cards. Most of these lists have the same exact cards because they're all Dragon Empire, right? Yes, at the beginning? I mean, I guess so. I think that's about it. Yeah, okay, that's about it. So I wanted to do 2 more things today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Maybe we can at least do the market watch. I don't think I'll be able to do testing for barrels today. While the rest of Crane needs to invade Dragon Empire, get them out of here. Damn, bro. Fucking up all of Dragon Empire. I'm gonna invade them. Damn. But we can do. I wanted to do some fights, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. So we can at the very least do some like market watch ish. Still this one. Oops. Nope, not that one. Okay, good. A quick display. This one here. That one. And what was that? Full screen. I will probably end up getting rid of chat on screen pretty soon. By the way, I'll still have chat. Obviously, I'm not gonna like not talk to you guys, but I'm probably gonna remove it from the actual streams because I don't know if you guys saw, right? Like I streamed a bunch last Thursday, and I was streaming also to Twitter, but apparently I can't do that anymore because I need a premium account in order to do that now. Like literally the day after I streamed, they're like, "Nah, you can't do that," which is hilarious. But I'm not gonna be doing that. But while I was messing around with that, I was actually considering streaming on Twitch again. But I can't show chat if I stream to Twitch, which is kind of dumb. But also, I'm tired of looking at this dumbass heart blocking the messages you guys send, and every time having to copy and paste a brand new URL for the YouTube chat because it's so dumb. But we will hopefully not have to deal with that anymore. Of course, they don't have Festival Collection here. Ugh, what's a card that's in Festival Collection? I stream too much 3 times in a day. That's too much. We gotta nerf this man. Spam the heart. It's not you guys spamming the heart. You guys can spam. It's the heart on the chat, right? The one that's in the right, that blocks off part of the image. It drives me crazy. Sanctitude? Yeah, I'm trying that. Sanctitude. I guess all of them, because I don't know which number it is. Nope. Okay, this one. There we go. All right. Do a quick little market watcher Rooney. Instead of releasing set X to promo, just promo him out all the way, huh? For the latest deluxe in Singapore, MLB player managed to hold his own against Shiranui. I mean, MLB has been showing some results, or it's been a solid deck for a while. It just keeps getting promo. I guess that's what Reversal was talking about. That's always the only reason to play Dragon Empire. I might actually end up building MLB once we receive last year played the Vanguard. Yeah, hopefully we end up receiving that. That might be the sneak peek for set 3, but we'll have to wait and see. But alright. 16 promos. He has like 8, I think, now. Or at least 6. Let's just take a look at how things are checking out from Festival Booster 2024 here. As expected, all the dual nation cards are expensive as heck. These are basically the prices they'll be at before they jump up, I think, for the most part. Some of these might go down a little bit more because there was a delay, so you might see a couple of dips in here and there. But yeah, yellow over trigger is, you know, at that price. Purple is a lot more expensive. I should do this because sometimes it repeats the thing, so we'll do this in alphabetical order. These are kind of nice, right? Because these are originally in rarity. Now they come in foil, so you don't have these in FR. You can pick them up. These might be really playable when Night Rose and Harry come out. It might just be stride decks everywhere, so even they might play this. Who knows, right? They also reprinted the quick start deck triggers, which is kind of nice, especially the heels that have ugly text on them. Now you don't have to worry about it anymore. They reprinted stupid ass Lavora for the 50 millionth time here, so here she is again. If you don't have Lavora somehow, here she is. Here's our first donation card. She's pretty expensive for whatever reason. She doesn't see play, but she is in 2 nations where she'll probably see a lot of play eventually. So if you can get these, get yourself these as well. This also comes in 4 rarity. The foil for this, I think, is like $20 now because of the hype for Arkwright, who I don't think is actually doing that well in Japan, ironically. But let me see how much it is now. It's $32. $32 for this foil. These two are literally the same card in terms of foiling. The only difference is that this guy has the flavor text on it. So you might argue it's better or worse. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Pick these up. These will get bought out by set 3. 100% gone. So if you want to play Arkwright and you want this guy in foil, get him now. Stalos looks kind of cool. And these are triple rare, right? Stalos specifically is a triple rare. She looks really nice. I might pick these up. I have the I have 4 of the ones where it's like where she's like hollow, but there's like no card border. So like the promo full art fake SP or whatever you want to call it. I have those. But the triple rare one looks kind of nice. I will not be getting the FR because it's $30. That is that. This is also in triple rare. This is really nice. If you want to get these, it looks way better than it does in the promo version. I don't know what the FFR looks like, but it is that. So you can get yourself the Q Squirrel without this block of text that blocks like this entire part of him. This guy has all this huge flavor text, so that kind of sucks, but you know, he has the cool looking art. This is one of my favorite draw triggers of all time. Get her cheap. This fella is something you should pick up as well. Again, not financial advice, but you should get these because these will be gone. This will become part of dreaded Keter pile and be worth a lot of money someday in the near future. Random question: what are some tips you would tell a first timer at a regional? I mean, assuming you've been to like locals and you know what it's like to play with other people in person, it's not going to be that much different. Honestly, the experience is not going to be that much different. People are generally nice. If there's ever an issue, bring it up to a judge. Don't let shit fly. Make sure you have access to water and food, right? Scope out the area beforehand because you're going to be there for a long time and it's going to be kind of rough. Make sure you get yourself some water and some food. Make sure you bring a backup of your sleeves. Make sure you only use Bushiroad sleeves and you only use oversleeves are kind of tricky. But if you bring oversleeves, make sure you have a backup of those oversleeves because if you top, they will do deck check. And if your sleeves look even slightly scuffed, they will drop you out. Because of that, you'll fail deck check and you won't be able to top. Other than that, just treat it as any normal tournament. Just chill, have a good time. If you have the mindset of just I'm here to enjoy and play Vanguard, you will top more than if you go there and have the mindset of you'll top more and you'll play better than you have the mindset of like I have to top this. This is the most important thing that's ever happened to me in my life. Just buy the new oversleeve the day before. Yeah, I do something similar where I have a set of sleeves, inner sleeves and outer sleeves that I only use for tournaments. Only then, right? I re-sleeve my whole deck before a regional, a BCS,
and I only use those sleeves, and that's it. Only for that event, and never for anything else. So that way they can't give me anything. Not that I've ever gotten to the point where I've gotten there, but yeah. Typically you also don't need to bring a mat, but if you want to, you can. This heel trigger is probably going to be a bit pricey because it looks kind of nice, but it also doesn't have the ugly text. A lot of the heel triggers I'm imagining going to be really gone, and as well the criticals eventually, right? I would say this is going to be like an underrated card, honestly, because it's in Brankgate and it's a set order. I feel like this is eventually going to be something crazy, so keep an eye out on this if you don't have it yet. This looks super cool. Super cool right now with like the full art. This is kind of whatever. If you play Nirvana, you don't play this, so it's kind of whatever for now. This heel trigger, I'm really nice. It doesn't have the box. I really want to get this. I heard some judges are strict on the rules and some others are lax. Yeah, it just depends on the area, really. The general rules that like apply is just like deck check. So checking the sleeves. Don't have any weird shit. Don't have titties or whatever on your sleeves or your map. Try to have only Bushiroad stuff. Some places care about that, some places don't. Just have like blank sleeves, like either Bushiroad sleeves or just like basic Dragon Shield, like a color or something like that. Only use that, and you'll be fine. If there's ever a discussion between, like, if there's ever a ruling issue between your opponent, instantly just don't even try to argue. Just call the judge, right? Let them take care of it. Just save yourself the trouble. Some people are cool, you can probably work it out. Some people aren't. Players that have players in trouble. Yeah, if it's Bushiroad, which is ironic because they have a bunch of titty sleeves and play mats, but if it says Bushiroad on it, they literally can't do anything about it. Like they have these like fucking one of those isekais where like the girl is like her clothes are ripped up or whatever, and it's just on the sleeve, and that's fine. But yeah, and porn mats are banned. That's good. Deodorant, yeah, please shower, put on deodorant. Absolutely. Brush your teeth beforehand and make sure you have water. This, because it's a lyrical card, I'm sure it'll be playable and, you know, maybe worth getting. Eureka is less than $20, so pick those up if you can. With Lyrical 4 coming out, this will be gone, right? Come closer to September, so if you don't have Eureka, now's the time to get it. There's other listings for Eurekas that might be cheaper. So check that out as well. No, that's about the cheapest one, right? All the other ones are about the same, so pick it up now. If you don't have it, I don't expect her to get cheaper than $10. This I feel is also going to be really good in the future, especially with Vanguard getting support this Thursday. You might need to get this now. Just saying, just get the FFR. Yeah, it's only a cheap $700. This will probably get bought out because of Barrow, even though it might not end up playing it. So just if you need Amandine, maybe get it now. These might be good to get now, right? If we get doll support in the future. This might be good to get, right, as well. I would pick these up when you can. Right now, they're not really useful, but you never know. I managed to pull the Akino one and the Taizo one, which we'll see next. I did not get, unfortunately, the Now one, which actually went down from like 600 to freaking 300. The cheapest stages has ever been. Yeah, we'll get to him in a sec. It's depressing that the cheapest one of these energy cards is the Taizo one, which I feel like is the one that looks the nicest. This one, but hey, more Taizo for me, right? Friend spent 400 on Now. That's wild. If it was like a generator, maybe, but if it's just an energy card, like I can't justify, as much as I would like 10 of these, I cannot justify paying $60 9 times just to have a full playset of energy cards. Like I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. This is probably gonna see a lot of play, unfortunately. I don't know what's the status on Lachuga here, but it is pretty pricey right now. It is not prominently played in anything, I don't think. The only one that's prominently played is this one and the other one that we haven't seen yet. Please be playable on Rose? No, thank you. Absolutely not. Unallowed. This is probably gonna go up a lot because of the whole hostage stuff, so be careful. Wrong. I don't even think Aurora wants this. This is only played right now in Claudine. And that's the only deck that really uses that really well. This is something you should definitely get, because this is the Sturkea one. Everyone's sleeping on this. This is probably going to be worth a lot. So I would pick that up. Again, not financial advice. If you like Bruce, you can get these for cheap now. This is foil, right? The hollow foil. This is also the hollow foil. So if you want to get this for what's her face, Minerva, you can get this for dumb cheap. I might actually end up getting these because I have one of these specifically, right? That I pulled from this set. I love Sturkea. Yeah. Yeah. Wait till we get to the lyrical one. That one's Daisy. Get this now before they reveal Wellstrop. Get this now. I'm telling you, get your dog right now in foil before it's too late. I managed to pull one of these, unfortunately, in FR. It looks great, but I'm not going to complete the set, and I don't really want it. But maybe I can sell it to someone. Yeah, it's a local card, so get it before local comes out. I pulled 2 of these, and I sold it on TCG Player, and it's already gone. Get your Fright Heights before this Thursday, or next Tuesday, I should say. Get them. I'm telling you, this will not stay cheap for long. Calburn is, you know, where it's at. This will probably go down a little bit over time, but I don't know. Get your Roman Prison Dragons while you can, right? Your Owls, if you want to spec out your Bastion. This is in triple rare foiling. This is in hollow foiling. So, just so you know, this is unfortunately way more expensive than I want it to be, but this is also triple rare foiling, if I remember correctly. But here's the lyrical one. Insane! $2 for the lyrical. There is like 40 decks or whatever, 20 decks in the lyrical with a set coming up. And this shit is only $2. Insane. I don't think it's actually played in any of them massively right now, but this will eventually see play in many lyrical decks. I can't imagine it not seeing play, but I would get these. Especially if you want this one, I would get it. It's not a waifu probably. So I would get that, because this is the kind of thing where it's just a generic that you're going to need for a deck, and then you're not going to be able to get it, because it's in this super obscure set that it's not in print, it was short print, etc, etc. Is the lyrical one good for Sienna? You discard in main phase for Sienna? I don't think so. And you don't really play normal orders in Sienna, so I don't think it's as good in Sienna now. Girls after the reveals, yeah. This should be triple rare. I didn't see it. If this is triple rare, I didn't pull this. If this is triple rare, it'd be insane. I want to get this, but I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's just hollow rare. So this is probably hollow also. This Bracket one is kind of interesting because it can energy charge. I think this is the only card that can generically energy charge in Bracket. But I managed to pull 4 of these, which is wild. This is the most expensive one, unfortunately, because it's going to be played in Shiranui. This is going to go up to $50, by the way. I'll have you know, this is probably the lowest that this is going to be. I am not kidding you. This might go down to 30 and that's it. This is going to be a $50 card. All right. We're going to look back at this in like 2 weeks. This is going to be like 50, 60. This is going to be gone. I'm not saying get it now. I'm just saying this is going to get real expensive. Which is unfortunate because I play Dark States and I really like this card because I want to use it in Dark State decks. But now I got to pay $60 or something like that, or $120 to get a playset of this, right? This I feel like is going to go down. But we'll see. This probably will go down. This is, I pulled 4 of these, but yeah, this is probably going to go up if you want to deck out your Shredder Doji. This is a 4 of, and this is in hollow foil, so get that. This is going to be gone, right? Especially once the Harry reveals start, this is probably going to be gone. So this is also in foil, hollow foil, so keep that in mind. This is my favorite heel trigger. I'm really glad to get that. This is in triple rare foiling. He looks really nice. It's a shame that the I didn't get it when it was cheap. The FR was gonna get it, but oh well, I didn't feel like paying $20 for a deck I haven't built. But yeah, the FR looks insane. I wish I had one just to look at it. And then this one is also triple rare, so you can upgrade both of these instead of having the promo flat no common rarity thing. You can get these in triple rare, and it looks really nice. And of course, we got to get like 4 of these for Sim so he could play these. These 2 are bound to go down, so we'll see. Clockwise Dragon. You might want to get this before the Jet players scoop this up, but I think that's the only deck that's really seeing it in play with right now. And we got the last page here. This is really nice too. I got 4 of these already, but this is one of those other situations where like the holo for this I think is really expensive. But okay, it went down. But yeah, these two again, same foiling, same foiling, except this one has flavor text. This one does not. $7 to $150 basically. So keep that in mind. I mean, if we have a part-time stamp here, we'll say no. We'll see what we can do. Grab me the Everpark clockwise. All right, now you're asking too much. Never mind. Resend. Take back the time stampings. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for yourself, guys. No, I'm kidding. This card is kind of silly. I feel like this is going to be dirt cheap and it's going to be playable one day, but it doesn't really do too much right now. But considering it's the nation that restands, and they usually discard to restand, this might end up being playable. And that's it. What are some good cards to get for Brancate from this set? None. None. The only thing you can get for Brancate is this if you're playing Arkwright. This you don't. There's cheaper ways to get this or other ways to get this, so this is kind of whatever. This I would say this guy and this I would get just because you know it's a nation for set orders. I feel like this might be played someday, but you don't have to get it right now. This is really good. This is really good if you can afford that, but that's about it. Right, this is technically generic, but not really. And this right now doesn't have a use, but it could have a use in the future. So there's nothing crazy you need. It's just some things you can have just to be safe. But for right now, the only thing you should probably get is this if you can. That's about it. I would suggest getting this. This if you don't have it, you play Welstra. This if you don't have it, you play Welstra. This just in case, and this if you want to play Arkwright. We're gonna support when it becomes tier 0 tier -1. Yeah, well, never done it for any promo boss, so I doubt it. We'll see. It's just the Dark Six generic pool sucks ass. Sucks so ass. It's the worst. You're welcome. All right. I think that'll do it. Again, not financial advice. Don't come at me. Don't send me DMs like, yo, I bought this card for $20. Now it's $2. That shit ain't on me, bro. I'm just, based on what I know, I told you what I knew. I gave you some advice. That's not financial advice. So leave me alone. I rotate delay festival collection another month so I can see how many of the grade 1s are needed for Rose. None. I don't think none. I don't think you'll be discarding any, so I don't think you'll need it. And I think you'll have a better way to fill the drops. I don't think it'll be played in that deck at all, to be honest. Build Drag Jeweled. I mean, you can build Drag Jeweled. Is he expensive right now? He might still be expensive, unfortunately. But, I mean, maybe not. There was Triple Drive. Hopefully that lowered the price a bit. For Stride? The grade 1? Oh, you discard for Stride? You probably want that in drop, right? You probably want a grade 3 in drop to call it out or whatever, right? So I don't know if you want to bring that back, but I don't know. Like, I guess you can bring back the Engor, so that is kind of good because you can draw, bring back Engor, play it, Soul Blast. I guess that's the thing. You can do that every turn if you have him, so that's about it. But Strime Cook. I mean, you got the cheapest card. A lot of the stuff got reprinted, right? And then the cheapest card, the most expensive card was Freiheit, and now it's like $5. So I'd get that now. You're pretty much good. The orders are cheap. You know, the triggers are triggers. The only thing that's kind of expensive is the Bald guy, but you don't really need him. You don't play energy cyclers, so you don't have to worry about that, right? Some lists play like 1 or 2. Welstra I don't think is expensive, so. Only discard that scared me off? Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you live in Europe, yeah, that's kind of rough. Yeah. Discard that scared me off and play Drag Jeweled. It's not required in Drag Jeweled. It's a cycler, so you don't need it per se. But also remember, next month we're getting a reprint of set 1, so those energy cyclers will go down a bit because there's going to be more of them on the market. I don't know how much, depends how many people buy extra product, but we're gonna have a new wave of that product coming in, so just keep that in mind. But all right, rip, pour one out for European homies. Hope you guys get better card market supplies and supplies on time and not delayed. Better organization in general. All right, that'll do it for today. We're gonna go. I've been holding in to go to the bathroom for a long time, and it's also very hot. I also need dinner. I'm gonna go take care of all those things. Too cool. Yeah, he kind of did that. That is kind of his fault, to be honest. The reason Jack Jewel is so popular is because of Michiro, unfortunately. Not even because it's like super good or anything. Mainly just Michiro. But yeah, we're gonna go check out the Discord. You want to talk some more? And only thing I'll say is this Thursday streams usually we start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for this Thursday, just so you guys know. So it'll be an hour earlier than usual, same time as we started this time. But we'll go over the what did they say they're going over? The new Vanguard cards, and then there's something else. We'll go over that. All right. Hope you guys had a good morning, noon, afternoon, evening, whatever. Thank you for coming in the stream. Hopefully we'll see you Thursday or in the Discord. And until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one. And super secret collab video with Outer Orange coming out tomorrow. Yeah, maybe I'll test some barrel on Thursday where it's a lot cooler and I'm not dying. All right, peace.